Alright, I think that's all I want to do today. I've got some more, but I think we're good for now. Could catch more milkeries, but that's really that's really all that's left that I even kind of want to do. There's more score bunnies. Yeah, so since AJ last checked in with you guys, she has done so many BBQs, it's absolutely freaking ridiculous. I need to go talk to Mr. Snackums or whatever his name was back at the entrance. Actually, probably should do that now while I'm thinking about it. She has managed to pay enough BP to different club members, well, the same club member multiple times, I guess, technically, to fund the upgrading of each of the biomes to bring in additional Pokemon, specifically the different starters from all the different regions. And between that and traveling around to find them, excuse me, Hariton, come on, man. Between all of that, she now has, show these off real quick. All of the starters. Like, some of these she hasn't evolved completely yet, because they're Pokemon that she already had the evolutions of from, like, raids and stuff. And from the evolution of that being literally her first starter ever. And that one being her starter when she was traveling through Sinnoh, which you guys haven't seen, but it did happen. But she has all the starters now. Hero doesn't even have all the starter Pokemon. So, like, she's got that leg up on him at least, which is pretty cool. Also, I didn't even know this was how it was done either. But, I was training this thing. I was trying out Dragon Cheer because I was running around battling against trainers and double battles. I don't really like it. It feels slow to me. And I'm sure there's uses for it, but, like, it's just not my thing. But I leveled up with Dragon Cheer, and this thing evolved into Hydrapple, and I'm like, that's the only thing that's changed aside from just the DLC being installed. I wonder if that has anything to do with it, and I looked it up, and yes. Leveling up with Dragon Cheer is what evolves it. And then I taught it Fickle Beam, which is its signature move. 80 power, it sometimes jumps up to 150 power. It's just random. But like 80 power is fine. Plenty of Pokemon make do with just Dragon Pulse. That's just Dragon Pulse. And it can do extra. So like that seems worth it to me, frankly. I should probably rebalance his stats a little bit. Her stats a little bit. Because, like, increased speed doesn't really mean anything for this Pokemon. I should probably invest in one of the defenses. But yeah, I mean, Hydrapple's a good Pokemon so far. I'm really liking it. I also put this set on Terapagos, except I went ahead and taught it. This was something I actually got this suggestion online. I taught it all of these various, not that one, but this up, all these various special attacking moves that hit different stuff, super effective. And now, aside from, like, the most annoying of 7-star raids, this thing can just solo basically any raid in the game. It's very useful. And also, I got this guy trained up. And, one of the Pokemon from Gen 4 that AJ managed to pick up during her time in Sinnoh, which, again, you guys haven't seen. But it was the Porygon. I brought him over and evolved him up. Though, I gotta say, AJ is real happy. Like she's also gotten real close to completing this Pokédex. And she would not have been able to do that herself, at least not in as short a time as she did, if, while randomly Wonder Trading, she hadn't suddenly started getting Wonder Trades of a bunch of the trade evolutions and the more difficult to evolve Pokemon from some trainer named Hero. Like, I think she's still got some of his Pokemon. If, that's the wrong button. if any of these buttons will work. Thank you. Let's see. Is this one? Yeah, how weird is that? Just some random guy seemed to be, like, purposefully sending her Pokemon that she needed for some reason. Like, he's taken some interest in her career as a trainer, but that's just weird. Why would anybody do that? Real quick, before I do anything else while I'm here, I want to show you guys something. There's the Torchlit Labyrinth, too. Like, if you guys really want me to go through that, I'll show it to you, but while it's interesting, it's not as interesting as this. This place is my favorite place in the game, I think. Grab some more items while we're out here to also hammer home something I'm about to say. Come in here. There's this theory floating around that I actually went looking for because I was curious if anybody else was thinking it. Because if you look here, I'll show you this on the map and then we'll go there in a minute. If you look here, the layout of this place looks like the layout of the, what was it, the nature preserve in, I think it was Black and White 2. I can't remember for sure though exactly. It was the place where you could go and you could actually find like level 100 Magikarps in the water. And so there's a theory floating around that that was an artificial environment. And it was actually the first part of this terrarium dome that was built. And they built everything else around it and then lowered it into the water, since that's even a thing in the Gen 5 games. They even talk about that. The underwater tunnel was built above the water and then lowered into the ocean. So, like, that is a thing that is known to happen in the Unova region, if not all over the Pokemon world. And then you come here, and we have Chargestone Cavern, which is just Chargestone Cave. It's just Chargestone Cave again, but with a different layout. And, like, it's super clever for, like, getting you a little lost in here, because you'll see, like, Joltix on the ground, and there's, like, Tynamos on the ground every so often. And they look like sparkling items, and it's really annoying. And then you come to, like, go away, Magikarp. Or not, Magnemite, God. You come to places like that, and there's the... Oh, God, I did it again. See, I saw a tiny little yellow thing. My immediate thought was, that's a sparkling item. I need to go get that. Kill it, please. Like, places with the webs. And can I get there from here? I don't even know if I can get there from here. But we'll try. Drop. Oh, that's a lot of guys. Go away, please. Clear me a path, Arcanine. Hurry up, please. Come on. Go get that one. Thank you. Another web. There's more webs. Can I not? Oh, no, I can go further here. Okay. Catch up when you're done. Yeah, here we go. Like, absolutely terrifying location in any other game's context, because, like, it would be a frickin' spider lair. Like, if you guys have seen me play Skyrim, you know how I feel about spider lairs. But down here, it's actually cool. Go move these out of my way. They waste my time. Thank you. Oh, God. Frickin' dang it. Not fighting you. Go away. Yeah, look at this. Electrowebs everywhere, Galvantulas and Joltix everywhere. And I even found an Electroweb TM down here, which was very cool. This is just such a cool location, and there's, like, gaps in the ceiling, so you can climb back up and out if you want to. And you can fly out of here, too, somehow. And complexity-wise, this place isn't quite as complex as the Torchlit Labyrinth, but it's close. I think this is where I found the TM, was, like, somewhere over here. It's close, and it's just so much more visually interesting, and it builds the world, because the fact that it's so closely based on Chargestone Cavern suggests all kinds of things. Like, this was a joint project between different people throughout the Unova region, And for whatever reason, they like brought materials from Chargestone Cavern here to contribute to it. It's just so cool. I like this a lot. I'm so happy they went as hard as they did on this. And it's just complex enough that you feel like you could get lost, but it's not so complex that you like do, at least not for very long. It's exactly what I would have hoped caves in this game would be when this game was announced, and they just really weren't. And now we're getting them, which means that they are learning how to better handle like Pokemon-esque locations in a 3D environment. Now we need like cool ancient ruins and like region lore and stuff again, like we used to get back in like the Sinnoh games, for example, or we got a little bit in Unova with like the Dragon Spiral Tower or whatever it was called. I don't even remember if that's right. It'll be a miracle. And like they did it a little bit in Legends Arceus with the Temple of Sinnoh and you know what I'm talking about. You get what I'm talking about. Sorry, I'm still looking. Is this where? This might be where I found the TM, back here actually. Yeah, we need more of that. Like I'm pretty sure I mentioned it in a review once, but this game doesn't really have legends except the ruinous Pokemon, which I would argue don't even really count because like they're from a different region or whatever. Like usually if a region has Pokemon like that, they also have legends from their own region too. And this region doesn't have one. They have the paradoxes, but they don't count either. They're not technically legendary. Alright, let's see what we got here. Cubfu, interesting. You know Cubfu, rightfully rare, that one. Not your run-of-the-mill Pokemon. Speaking of Cubfu, encounter. Venturing off in Paldea and I saw Cubfu training. I ambled right up to and asked, "Oh, hard at work training, aren't you?" Why, the two of us got on like a house on fire. We trained together for a time till Cubfu seemed to be itching to move on. Cool. I do like his stories. I'm not going to completely read all of them out. You guys can look up the dialogue for yourselves if you want, like, Raikou, okay. Neat. And I thought you would find these around here, that it would attract them here. But now I'm thinking you must find them back in Paldea. And that's why his stories are all talking about race of a mountain together. I mean, he's not mentioning Paldea specifically in this one. But in the end, we were sitting side by side atop the peak, gazing at a massive, majestic desert that covers the land of the north. Yeah, it loves that snack you have there, so you might just have a shot at meeting it too. If you run into old Raikou, you be sure to give it my best. Like, that has to be a clue of where to find it in Paldea, which I did not expect to be the case. But I haven't seen a single legendary from any of these that I've gotten the treats for anywhere here in the terrarium when I've been running around looking for the starter Pokemon and stuff. So, like, they've got to be back in Paldea, and that's super cool. You know Suicune, fretfully rare, that one. Not your run-of-the-mill Pokemon. Do you all fellow enjoying that famous lake that you've got in Paldea? Okay, see, again, Casserola Lake, I think, or something like that. Did I just call it Casserole Lake? I did. You know what I mean. He's got to be on the lake somewhere then. And he could even be on the water, because he can walk on water. We ended up having a contest of skill, seeing which one of us could get all the way to shore fastest. Yeah. Me being just DeviTheHuman, the best I could manage with a nice solid backstroke. It was a fine race, though, mighty fine. Even if that Suicune did end up beating me by a whisker. Cute. Keep going. Yep, let's go. This is gonna be Entei, right? No? Did I get Entei already then, somehow? Lestrier. Interesting. Would AJ even know what a glacier is? Hiking Paldea's peaks for a bit of fun, mountain climbing being a bit of a hobby. No kidding. I was trekking up and up those snowy hillsides, and I figured I must have been nearly to the summit when I came across some ruins. Interesting. Perhaps they'd been a house once? The walls still looked sound enough that I thought I could take shelter and have myself a little rest. I'd no sooner drawn close for a look than this Pokemon appeared. White as the driven snow. Glacier had been sleeping inside, and when it popped its long face out, the fright nearly froze my heart. Alright. Yep. There's Entei, okay. Frightfully rare, yeah. Speaking of Entei, I do recall this particular encounter. Would you believe it? I simply ran smack dab into Entei while out adventuring in Paldea. I've heard about people just running smack dab into Entei places. You know that stretch that's dotted with mines, and everywhere you look there's another hole? Yes, I do. Well, there was Entei popping through those caves like he was having a grand old time. I don't like to be outshone, so I did my best to keep up with the fella. Woo-wee, what a chase. This is very cute. Okay. So I should have been writing down what his clues were. AJ, though, in character, has a photographic memory, so she'll know all of them, which means I'll go look them up on Bulbapedia later. Latios, okay. I can never remember which one of those is which. I think, does AJ have one of those? Maybe. She might have a Latios or a Latias, I can't remember. Maybe. I can't remember. Yep, frightfully rare. Encountered younger fella. Smack dab into it, brazen as you please. I was up in northeast Paldea, see? And we couldn't speak each other's language, but I got the feeling it was telling me to follow it. So I gave chase when Latios flew off, and I ended up climbing these mighty steep cliffs. Next time I looked up, I realized I'd come to a small lake nestled in between some shaggy... I know where that is, too, I think. It was a secret spot, alright. It loves that snack. Okay, cool. Definitely, I did a ton of these. So many. Reshiram, okay. I don't need one of those, but sure. I mean, it would be cool to attract one out and just have it chilling in the environment, I guess. So yeah, I saw Reshiram with my own eyes out near a town that I passed through in Paldea. It was a town where a lot of hardworking folk live, the type to get their hands dirty. Interesting. I don't know where he means off the top of my head. I'd climbed up to a nice height to look out upon all their hard work carved in the landscape. I was just remarking to myself what a fine show of effort it was when I seemed to feel a presence behind me, and when I turned, bam, there was Reshiram right at my shoulder. I figured it must like good old-fashioned hard work too. Okay, neat. Right, who's left? Zekrom, obviously. Solgaleo, okay, that's interesting. Yep, Solgaleo. Frightfully rare. You're a young feller. I'd gone to pay Paldea's Pokemon League a little visit at that fine building they've got there. I was just admiring that structure from the outside when one of the staffers noticed me and invited me in for a better look. They took me up the observation deck, all done up with that logo of theirs. I was looking towards the academy and enjoying the view when a shadow fell across. I kid you not, your young friend, it was Solgaleo itself. Okay, so I can see it from the top of the Pokemon League building. Okay. I assume that's what that means? Interesting. Okay, so I can't get any more yet. That's shocking. I don't care about group quests. I mean, I could ask him for the stories again too. I guess I could do that later. I can do it on screen again because I've already gone through all of those in real time, and I'm sure you guys really enjoyed it. Let's go. There is one other place I haven't gone yet. Is here to talk to Amorous, and that's because I was worried that this is where she'll unlock your ability to let your Pokemon fly continuously. And I wanted to get that on screen. There was something I accidentally did off screen. It wasn't anything important, but I felt bad about it. AJ, you have my thanks for all you have done to help the League Club and to help Kieran. Once you became champion, Kieran withdrew himself entirely from my ranking system. Yeah, I noticed that. It means it's just you four again. I thought was interesting. Expected him to become an Elite Four member, frankly. Though I consider this somewhat sad, it is not as if he and I can no longer meet. More than anything, I'm glad he seems to be acting like his former self once more. Indeed, I have been swept up in joy to such an extent that I prepared a tremendous amount of flight-enabling supplement used in my trial. Her mechanical clapping is so cute. Please feed your Aegeus an appropriate portion of it whenever you wish to fly. Cool. Come out, Aegeus. Aegeus, that's so cute. Nom 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 nom. Okay, that's enough on nomming. What? You want to fly right now? Please slow down. The supplement was never meant to be eaten in such large... Yeah, he does this though, it's fine. Yeah. It would seem your Aegeus has powered up somehow. Yeah, you get used to it. From the look of it, I would guess that it has gained the power to fly whenever you wish it to. Well, I suppose this is an acceptable outcome. As it happens, there is a super hard course for my flying time trial. You may attempt it upon clearing the hard course. Feel free to do so when you are ready. I might. Oh, look at the time. So long, then. Bye. Still think she's an android. Nothing wrong with that, but, like... Wish she'd just be upfront about it. Stop running into the desks, AJ. What are you talking about? I'm the one piloting you. It's beside the point. Let's try this out. I'm assuming... I know it's you push in one of the sticks, so I'm assuming it's just the same stick you use to boost. Yeah, here we go. I went up there. Really bad. I am climbing. And back to normal. Okay, just curious. Because there is something to be said for using the glide ability to get around on skill. But, like, this is so gosh dang convenient. If I'm not mistaken, you can do this back in Paldea, too. Which is extremely exciting. Doesn't feel like there's any limit to it, either. It's just... You can just do it. I was wondering if there'd be, like, a stamina bar, and I'd have to, like... wait for it to recharge and then start from somewhere higher up, but it doesn't seem like it yet. This is cool. It feels like I'm going to a forbidden location, like when you boundary break something in, like, well, an open world game, frankly. Like, to use a very normie example, when people manage to get through the invisible barriers at the gateways from Skyrim to Morrowind, Hammerfell, and Cyrodiil, and we're able to explore the half-finished environments past those. Like, this feels like that, even though, like, straight up, that is so pretty. Straight up, I'm 100% sure this is a place I'm supposed to be able to go. It still feels that way. Gosh. This is cool. And it really is a liquid. You wouldn't be able to tell from the bottom, would you? But it really is a liquid filled with stuff. Can I land on it? I heard people saying there was stuff up here, so I'm assuming I can land on it, right? Yep. God, it's bigger than it looks, too. Cool. 50 stellar shards, an ability patch, And a golden bottle cap. Okay. Yes. That is, spectacular. Oh, this is so cool. There's something else I want to do, too. Real quick. I want to touch the ceiling. Will it actually let me do it? It doesn't look like it. It's pushing me down now. Alright, let's go. I want to see if I can stand up on top of the mountains around the edge. Looks like there's actually, like, environmental stuff past there that isn't actually part of the terrarium. And I can't go all the way out there. Okay, so, God, I didn't even realize that. The interior of the terrarium is actually way bigger than just the landmass. That's weird. Oh, it feels unfinished. Jeez, okay. It's like we're living inside a skybox, which I guess technically we are. Before I end this episode, I'll go show you the area that I think used to be the nature preserve real fast. Makes me wish I had some of those travel 500 meters or whatever they are, blueberry quests. So I would just be eating them alive right now. The stuff popping in, that's kind of annoying. Wish that was a little smoother, but I've wished that literally since the game came out, so it's not really surprising. Like, yeah, look at that. Look at all that area out there that's not being used for anything. I would think there was more DLC coming if I didn't know better because of that, frankly. Alright, so this is it. If you look, like, I wasn't sure what it was originally. But, if you look, like, even the little lake here, it's a weird shape. Right? Like, it feels more Game Boy-y, right? Like, there's sharp edges and stuff. So I'm like, this has to be a reference to somewhere. And then I started looking into it. And I'm like, hey, wait a minute. What if? And then other people were also talking about the theory. So I'm like, yeah, okay. So that, like, almost substantiated. And there's, like, Gen 5 Pokemon here, too. Like, not exclusively, but some of them are. Isn't that cool? Isn't this neat? I'm very excited about this, actually. There's usually, like, Axews and stuff up here, too. I'm not seeing any today. Like, sometimes you're a Haxorus.